What's up, guys? Alex here with another video on OpenAI. So we've been seeing a lot of people talk about ChatGPT and how to prompt ChatGPT and how great it is, how it can write blogs and write all this content. But ChatGPT is not the thing. It is a product made with the thing. So you can think of ChatGPT the same way as like with Jasper. So Jasper and ChatGPT are both pinging the same models, the DaVinci 3 and the other models, the Codex 2 and whatnot. And they're building a response and they're displaying it. And so ChatGPT is just a really unique, cool way to have that conversation with these models, but it's just a demo product. It's not actually the functioning blog writer, quote unquote, whatever. So what I'm going to show you real quick is in OpenAI. So if you go to openai.com, you go into the API here. You have to log in. So once you're logged in, here, log in with Google. Once you're logged in here, you see the back end. They have some, right here are some examples. So if we go to this area here, you'll see that there's like examples of prompts that OpenAI has figured out, the team at OpenAI has figured out work best with their models for this particular whatever. So in this case, like essay writing, they find that you create an outline for an essay and its contributions, and this is what it comes up with. It gives you the code for that, gives you the whatever you need. So the thing I want to show you though is this playground right here. So this playground allows developers to develop those prompts. So the same thing as ChatGPT. Think of this as like a ChatGPT window, only we have over here on the right hand side, if I move my little image here, over here on the right we have all the different variables. So we have the model that we want to ping. There's different models. It tells you all about them. Likely what's going on with ChatGPT is it pings some of these lower models first and then crafts a response and then uses that response with the DaVinci model to get the final thing. The Codex models allow you to, it's how you write code. That's one thing about the OpenAI backend. The one thing I do use ChatGPT a lot for is writing code. So you can see, let's see if I got some past ones here. I was doing some work. He was helping me write this. In fact, I'll demo it real quick. So this is a personal ChatGPT that I'm building. I'm going to do a video later on this. I'll drop all the code, give you guys all these files. But basically, you just need this Visual Studio. You download this deal here. This thing right here is just a folder on my desktop. So it's just an Explorer. It sees a folder. These files are in the folder. This thing allows me to edit the files in a way that is intuitive and make all these nice colors, and I can see what's going on. It's like coding, but it's just files that we're editing here. So this is an HTML file. So I'm going to run this in a live server. So if you are going to do this, if you're going to download these, we'll show you later in the video. But you're going to need this live server deal from here. It's really not that complicated. You just download this live server deal, download Visual Studio, put all these files into a folder. We can right click, and now we have this nice little page here that I've built. And this is just like ChatGPT. He's still in a sort of beta phase right now. Here, we'll make them smaller so you can see here. But we can say like, hello, who are you? And you can see we're getting the same thing that ChatGPT would. I am your name. He doesn't know his name yet. Here to discuss development of AI systems. What do you need from me? Just say hello to all the YouTube subs. Oh, he finished my sentence there. He doesn't understand periods yet. I have to end my stuff in all periods. He says, hello to all the YouTube subscribers. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you can see I still have some formatting stuff to do. In the back end, we have to parse these responses, make them cleaner. But this is just what's going on. So we created this pretty simple. Again, I'm going to drop all the code here and give everybody the ability to download it and everything. Or I'll drop a Google Drive with all this code. But it's really not that hard. So you can use this API here and build your own. But when you're building your own, you're going to want to craft these responses. And now I'll show you. So we'll do like... we'll say, why is OpenAI Playground better than Chat GPT. And again, they're not the same. Chat GPT is a product. This Playground is more like we're just tapping the models behind the product so we can build our own product, but they work the same way. Excuse me. So we're going to ask it here, and then we're going to say A, more functionality. So you can't really do this on ChatGPT, and I'll show you. B, I don't know, we'll say write 3 more reasons why OpenAI is better than ChatGPT. You can hit Control Enter to run a prompt. He says OpenAI is more advanced. Okay, we'll do this. Now we can just take these 1, 2, and 3, and we'll say, I'm going to show you the difference here. Write a 400-word paragraph on the outline above. And we're going to set some of these variables over here. This frequency over here is how often he repeats himself. Presence is how often he stays on the same topic. So the higher presence penalty is, the more likely he is to change topics. And then we want to set the temperature to like how creative he is. I would just have put it up here to 0.8. I found that works well. And then we're going to write this outline above. We're going to see how he produces. Oh, we didn't set the max length here, so he's going to get killed probably by tokens. Although he did a pretty good job, so he put a pretty long essay out. Now, what's neat about this one is you can change this right here, and he actually follows it. I know with ChatGPT, sometimes you can't denote how many words you want him to write. But see, now we'll change it to 200. Actually, we'll change it to 50 here, just so we get a clear difference. See, ends, and now we can change it to 1,000 here. And he writes in a different format. As you can see, it's a lot more powerful. You can denote a lot more things. I have some other videos on types of prompts you can use, but like I said, it's just about figuring out the input that you have to put in. He's a little bit more clunky than ChatGPT. You can't talk to him as naturally, and you have to go step by step. Because again, what's going on in ChatGPT when you write a long prompt in, the program is breaking that prompt down into pieces and feeding it to the models in pieces and building a response. So that's what you're doing here. You basically have to build it up from scratch. But as you can see, we just pumped out short paragraph, long paragraph. You can do anything. It can rewrite. You can make it more or less creative. You basically have all the control over all the different variables. Now let's jump over to ChatGPT, and we'll drop the same little prompt in here and see what it gives us. So we're going to start a new chat here. The other thing is the Playground is almost never down. I know some people have had trouble getting access to ChatGPT, or especially during peak hours, it's like full and you can't get in. But Playground, you can always get in. The only thing is you'll have to sign up for an account. So while that's filling out, you'll get this account. I'll take you to the back end. You'll have to set up one of these API keys. And so this is my API key that I'm using for that one program I just showed you. It gets pinged with a certain amount of tokens. Each token is worth like each token is 4 characters of a word, so it's more or less a short word. And then you pay 2 thousandths of a penny per token. So that's for the DaVinci 3 model. I'll take you over to that. But you can see they give me $18 free whenever you sign up for the API. The only time you're charged for using the API is when you run a program that's paying the API. If you're using the Playground, it's not charging you. But you can see that with my $18, I've been paying a lot because, again, 2 thousandths of a penny. There's not really much. You can't really spend that much. And you can see I've been doing a lot of work, and I still haven't even reached, I'm at $7 this month, $13 total. So yeah, check that out. It's again the Playground here. We'll see what he did. So he did a pretty decent job. But again, I found that he cuts off. See, I mean, it might be 1,000 words. In fact, we can check it here. I think we can drop it over here in Jasper. We'll do the same thing with Jasper and see what he comes up with. And we can control this. Oh no, then let me do the word count here. I think it's pretty close, but I do know that ChatGPT, whenever you try to do blogs with this, he always repeats himself. He's a lot more difficult. I found that if you piecewise it out with Playground. Like there's another product that I created that's just a blog writer. That's you can plug this thing into the Google spreadsheet. I'll make another video on that, and you can just make buttons basically that create a blog for you based on a topic that you put in. But yeah, so we'll drop that prompt in here for Jasper. We'll do one last thing and see how Jasper does with this prompt. We're not putting in any of the stuff over here. Again, the stuff over here on the side is just part of, on Jasper, these are all pieces of that prompt that they're crafting. So when you send this prompt in, it basically takes all these different pieces, puts them together in a certain order, and then prompts the model. So that's why it can stay on topic, or that's why it can have a tone of voice. But sometimes on Jasper, you'll notice if you put a tone of voice in here, it'll sometimes just add that person's name into the output. And that's because it's not really a tone of voice control, it's just adding a piece into the prompt that's getting sent over. So it might look something like this. It might be like, on the actual prompt that he gets, content/description, and then he gets this XYZ, and be like, he gets another prompt right underneath that, says use the tone of voice when writing. We'll say Mr. T, because he's pretty unique. We'll say Mr. T wants a banana. Use the voice of Mr. T. Write an outline for the content. So it might look something like this, and this is what he's actually getting when you send in just that one line command, and now he's actually doing it. But yeah, so that's just how Jasper's working. So let's just see how he does with this 1,000-word paragraph. Yeah, he's not very good. Also, we have him set to medium, so we'll give him another try here on long. I messed that up here. We'll go all the way back. All right, now we're set to long with the prompt. Yeah, see, Jasper, he's good for bite size. He's good for like demos. He helps rewriting stuff. But when it comes to like long blog content, he's more difficult to use, I think, than just the Playground. Because again, I can just take this Playground. I can be like, okay, well, let me take this paragraph right here. We're gonna copy it, delete it. We're gonna get rid of this. Oh, also on the Playground, one more feature I want to show you guys is the history. So you do have some history down here. You have some other features, I guess, that I'm not showing. Like here, where's the history at? This one right here. It'll show up on the right hand side, so you can see all the times I've ever used it. We can go back and look at some of the other stuff. So like here, I was using them to look at some code for me. You know, here's like some healthcare stuff that I was doing. It's like healthcare companies are best suited for direct mail and why. Write 75-word paragraph and why. Bam, outputs it. Calm patient fears through direct mail. Doing some marketing again. Write 75-word paragraph. Bam, outputs it. Pretty much anything. Topic for banks. Direct mail for banks. You have an outline here, paragraph, write a paragraph that's outlined, bam. So then I just take these paragraphs and I copy them, paste them into Jasper, and then have Jasper do the editing and rewriting. But again, you can give this guy a tone. You can tell him to write like however. You can say, you know, we can restore this here. We can say, oh, I like this paragraph, but I want you to write it in a more compelling way. So delete all this stuff. You can say, write this paragraph in a more compelling. Now you'll notice that sometimes it's not filling in the words here. That's just a feature of this OpenAI. They don't really want you using it like a Chat GPT, so they just make it slower on the inputs. Or maybe it has to do with the old, going back into your history. But he eventually fills it in there, and he will write for us. So I forgot what we were doing. Oh yeah, Mr. T and the banana here. Sorry, I can't click on this. So yeah, we have this. So what you can do once you're here, the other cool thing is you can just edit directly in here. So unlike Chat GPT, if he pumps down an outline for you, what I can do is just jump down here and just be like D because they are yellow. We can get rid of all of this. Just give it a second here. Get rid of all of this, get rid of this, and just say write a 400-word paragraph using the outline. We're going to set the length again. He's probably good. Again, this is 4 words. This is max length, so this includes tokens going in. But this is 4 letters per token. So we're talking like a bunch of letters there, so it should be good. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits in the world. They're a key reason why I desire, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if he gets the yellow one in there, because that's a random one that we added in. So he talks about them being a good snack, and it looks like he finished. So what we could do is just up this, and we could just have him, again, hit enter, and I think he'll continue writing. Sometimes he hits a stop sequence, so he doesn't want to keep writing. So we'll just delete, and we'll start over. I really want to see him put this. Oh, he doesn't like it yet. So sometimes, again, this is just what happens, just like in Chat GPT. He's overused. So we'll try again. Every now and then, this is just from the same thing, the usage thing. So now he's writing again for us. Yeah, and yellow makes them visually appealing, and they can be a great addition to any plate. All right, perfect. All right, guys, well, let me know if you have any questions about this. I just wanted to do this as a demo. I can show you a bunch of other things in the back end here, like how to make this guy a character or whatnot. But yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, we'll see you guys next time.